Hello, lovely viewers. You are warmly welcome to Absol Academy. I'll urge you to hit the subscribe button and follow me for more of this content. If you want to be the first person to receive this kind of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button or follow me for more. Thank you very much. Today we are going to focus much on fractions. So questions and answers on fraction. Let's go straight forward. Mr. Solomon's salary is 200 Ghana cedis. He spent two-thirds of the total amount, which is 2,000 Ghana cedis, on food. He then spent one half of the amount remaining. This is the key word here. On rent, and save the rest. How much did he save? So Mr. Solomon salary is what? Let's get right into it. Let me divide it. So amount, or let's say solution. Mr. Solomon's salary. Mr. Solomon's salary equals 2,000 Ghana cedis. He spent two-thirds of the total amount on food. So amount spent on food equals 2 out of 3 of the total amount, which is 2,000, on food. So let's do the calculation. 2 multiplying 2 here is equals to 4. Then you add 4,000, 4,000 out of 3. So here you can choose to use your calculator. That is 4,000 divided by 3. Sorry, 1333.33, 1,333. And if you are not allowed to use your calculator, let's see how you can best do this kind of questions. So 3 into 4,000. 3 into 4 once. 1 multiplying 3 is 3. Then you subtract the 3 from the 4, making 1. So 3 goes into 4 once, remainder 1. Then add 0, 0, 0. 3 into 1, it cannot be possible. Then you add the 0, making 10. Remaining 2 zeros. So 3 into 10, 3 times 3, 3, 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. So 3 goes into 9 3 times, remaining 1. Okay. Then you add the 0, 0. 3 into 1 cannot be possible. Then 3 into 10 is 3 times, making 9. So 10 minus 9 is 1. Then you add a 0. 3 into 10, 3 times, making 9. 10 subtracting 9 from it is what? 1. And point 0. When you add a point, when you bring a point, add 0 to the 1. So 3 into 10, 3. So it will be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So amount spent on food is equals to, let me write it here, 1, 3, 3, 3.33 Ghana cedis. Let's move quickly. Now, he then spent one half of the amount remaining on rent. You don't have to calculate for one half of the total amount. You are to calculate for one half of the amount remaining. So you have to subtract this from the total amount to get the amount remaining, and then calculate for the half of the amount remaining. You get it? Let's get right into it. So amount remaining, let's check the amount remaining. So amount remaining equals 2000 minus 1,333.33. So 2000 subtracting 133.33 from it. 2000 minus 1333.33. Let's move on. It will be 666.67 from the calculator. 0.67. Now, this is the amount left. He spent one half. This is the one half. So he spent one half of the amount remaining. So on rent. So amount spent on rent equals one half of this amount, 666.67. So half of 666.67. So just divide 666.67 by 2. So from the calculator, 333.335. So I got 333.35. 0.335, sorry. So 333.335 as the amount spent on what? Rent. So what did the question say? How much did he save? So after deducting the amount spent on rent from the amount remaining, what is left? Since we divided this into 2, we will get the same. Let's check. So deducting the amount saved equals 666.67 minus 333.335. So 666.67 minus 333.335 equals 333.335 Ghana cedis. So this is the amount we got. So amount saved is what? 333.335. Okay, let's check alternatively. alternatively. Another way of solving this kind of questions. Okay, Solomon's salary is 2,000 Ghana cedi. He spent 2 out of 3 of their total amount on food. So fraction of the amount spent on food is what? Food is 2 out of 3. That is the fraction of the amount spent on food. Okay, he then spent 1 out of 2 of the amount remaining. So 1 out of 2. We are taking the full amount to be 1. We've taken the full amount or the full salary to be 1. Now, after spending this fraction out of the 1, so let's see. So fraction of the amount left. Amount left in fraction. So 1 minus 2 out of 3. Let's check. LCM is 3. This is 1. 1 goes into 3 times. Multiplying 3 is what? 3. Minus 3 into 3, 1. 1 multiplying 2 is 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1 divided by 3. So amount left is what? 3. 1 out of 3, sorry. 1 out of what? 3 in fraction. So let's move on. So he then spent 1 out of 2 of the amount remaining on rent. So amounts spent on rent equals 1 out of 2 of the remaining amount. So 1 out of 2 of the remaining amount, which is a fraction of the amount, equals 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 3 is 6. So he spent this fraction of the amount on rent and saved the rest. And saved what? The rest. Let's check. After spending 1 out of 6 of the amount on rent, then spent 2 out of 3 of the full amount, which is 1, on food. Mind you, we have taken the total amount to be 1. Okay, now we are moving on. So this is the amount left. We calculated 1 out of 6 from the 1 out of 3. Since he spent half of the amount remaining, half of it again is left. Do you get it? Half of it is left. If he spent 1 out of 2 or 1/2 of the amount remaining on what? Rent. Then half has remained. You get it? So let's check it. So this amount has remained after spending this amount because he spent half of the remaining amount. Then we can use this to calculate for the amount left. So 1 out of 6 multiplying the whole amount, which is 2,000. Here we are not going to take it as 1 because of the fraction that we have to use initially. That's why we use the 1. Okay, so the 2,000, we want the actual amount, not in fraction. So it is going to be 2,000 out of 6. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 3. So 1,000 out of 3. So 1,000 out of what? 3. So 1000 into 3 goes into 1000. How many? 1000 divided by 3 is 3.33. 3.33. So this is the amount left. It's the same. It's the same. 0.335 is the same. So whether you can take this as your calculation or you can use this as your calculation. So this is another question. So this is question 2. Question 2, let me write it here. The question 2 says, Wahid, Sadiq, and Samuel are friends. Wahid has 1 out of 3 of the amount that Sadiq has. Samuel has 1 out of 2 of the amount that Wahid has. Don't confuse yourself. If they all together have 450 Ghana cedis, how much money do Wahid, Sadiq, and Samuel have separately? Solution. Now, let's read the question again to understand it better or to get it more clearly. Wahid, Sadiq, and Samuel are friends. Wahid has 1/3 of the amount that Sadiq has. So Sadiq was represented nothing here. Samuel has 1/2 of the amount that Wahid has. So in this context, we have no fraction representing Sadiq because Wahid has 1/3 of the amount that Sadiq has, and then Samuel has 1/2 of the amount that Wahid has. So in this case, Sadiq has no fraction here. So we have to represent a variable for Sadiq. So we have to represent the amount that Sadiq has with a variable. So Wahid, Sadiq, sorry. Let the amount, sorry, that Sadiq has be X, Y, Z, anything else, let's say Z. Now Wahid has 1/3 of the amount that Sadiq has. So Sadiq equals Z. It's not 2, it's Z. And then Wahid has 1/3 of the amount that Sadiq has. Wahid equals 1/3 of Z, multiplying Z. So here, Z out of 3. Z. Mind you, don't represent the variable. by O, the examiner may think is 0. Okay, thank you. Samuel has one half of the amount that Wahid has. So in this case, Samuel equals one half of the amount that Wahid has. So Wahid, this amount, Samuel has one half of it. Z out of 3. So 1 times Z is Z out of 6. Z out of 6. Okay. Let's continue. If they all together have 450, if they all together, so when we add the amount that Sadiq has, that is Z, plus all together, plus the amount that Wahid has, that is Z out of 3, plus the amount that Samuel has, that is Z out of 6, they have 450 Ghana cedis. So if you can see clearly, it has turned to equation. Now you are going to find out the LCM. Definitely the LCM is 6, because here is 1, here is 1, 1 goes into 6 times, 3 goes into 6 2 times, 6 goes into itself once. You get it? So here, so when the LCM is 6, multiply the LCM by each term in the equation. So Z, you multiply by 6, Z out of 3, you multiply by 6, Z out of 6, you multiply by 6, and then multiply the 450 also by 6. So 6 times Z is 6Z. We have Z mako 6. So 6 times Z. That's the interpretation. So 6Z plus, so here 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 2. 2 multiplying Z is 2Z. Dividing 1 is the same 2Z. Plus 6 goes here 1, 6 goes here 1. 1 multiplying Z is Z. Z over 1 is Z. Equals 6 multiplying 450. 450 multiplying 6. 6 here 0. 5 6 30. 4 5 24. 6 24. Plus 3 27. So 2,700. Let's check the calculator. The calculator, 450 multiplying 6 is 2700, the same. So let's continue. So 2700. So let's add it. This one contains Z. So this is the coefficient of Z. The coefficient of Z is 1. The coefficient of this Z is 2. The same, 6. So 6 plus this 2 plus this 1, Z. 2700. So 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So 9z equals 2700. In this case, we want z. So divide both sides of the equation by 9. This 9 cancels this one, leaving 1 1. 1 multiplying z. So 9 goes into 27 3 times. So z equals 300. So we represented z by amount that Sadiq has is here. Now amount that Sadiq has equals 300 Ghana cedis. Now we have to check the amount that Wahid has and then Samuel also has, because the question says how much money do Wahid, Sadiq and Samuel have separately. So we've calculated for the amount that Sadiq has, left with the amount that the amount that Wahid has equals z out of 3, but z is what? But z is 300 out of 3. 300 out of 3. So 3 here 1, 3 here 1. So it will be 100 out of 1, which is 100. So amount that Wahid received is what? 100 Ghana cedis. 100 Ghana cedis. You can write it here. 100 Ghana cedis. So the amount that Samuel received or the amount that Samuel has equals z out of 6. So z here is 300 as confirmed out of 6. So 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So 100 out of 2. So amount that Samuel received is 50 Ghana cedis, 50.00, 50 Ghana cedis. So in this case, Sadiq has 300 Ghana cedis plus amount that Wahid has 100 Ghana cedis, making 400 Ghana cedis, and then here is 50 Ghana cedis. That's why the question says 450 Ghana cedis. They had it all together. This is the total amount that they has, or that they have. Sorry. Thank you. Josephine had 500 Ghana cedis to go shopping with. Tuesday, she spent 2 out of 5 of that amount, and Friday she spent 3 out of 5 of what she had left. So this amount is more or less like the one we solved earlier. So let's check solution. Okay, Josephine, let me divide it into 2. Josephine had 500 Ghana cedis to go shopping with. So total amount, let me write total amount. Total amount equals 500 Ghana cedis. Okay, so on Tuesday, she spent 2 out of 3 of that amount. So Tuesday, amount spent on Tuesday equals 2 out of 5 of the total amount, which is 500. So here 5 goes into 5, 1, 1. 2 times 1 is 2, 0, 0. So here is 2, 0, 0. Out of 1 is 2, 0, 0. So amount is 200 Ghana cedis. Okay. She spent 3 out of 5 of what she had left. She spent 3 out of 5 of what she has left. So let's check the amount left. Amount left. Don't mistakenly calculate 3 out of 5 of the total amount. Don't mistakenly do that. You get it? Okay. So amount left equals, so 500 more, subtracting 200 from it. So if you subtract 200 from the 500, you get 300 Ghana cedis. Now, she spent 3 out of 5 of what she had left. So this is the amount left. Amount left is what? 300 Ghana cedis. So 3 out of 5 of the amount was spent on Friday. So Friday, amount spent on Friday equals 3 out of 5 of the amount left, 300. So 339 900 out of 5. So 900 divided by 5. Let's check the calculator. 900 divided by 5. That is 180. So on Friday, spent 180 Ghana cedis. Okay. So how much money did she spend each day? You calculated the amount spent on each day. That's Friday spent 180 Ghana cedis, and then Tuesday, amount spent on Tuesday is what? 200 Ghana cedis is here. So that is A. That is A. B. How much money does she have left at the end? Nti oko market, answer shopping Tuesday and Friday no. Sika sen e kae. Okay. So 200 plus 180. Then you subtract it from the total amount, which is 500 Ghana cedis. So 500 Ghana cedis minus 200 Ghana cedis, amount spent on Tuesday plus the amount spent on Friday. You get it? Okay. So calculating, you get 380 Ghana cedis. Then you subtract it from the total amount. So 100 minus, let me calculate it all together. So 409, sorry, plus to 120. So amount left is what? 120 Ghana cedis. 120 Ghana cedis was left. Okay, so that's the end of the question 3. Let's move on to another one. Question 4. David divided up 3,000. David divided up 3,000 among his 3 daughters. The oldest daughter received 4 out of 9. This is 4 out of 9. Forgive me, I made a mistake. So 4 out of 9. And the middle daughter received 1 out of 3 of, not 1 out of 30, 1 out of 3 of the whole amount, while the youngest daughter received the remainder. You see how I read it? I want you to get it clearly. How much money did each sibling receive? B. What fraction of money did the youngest daughter receive? So we are diving in. Solution. Okay, David divided up 3,000 Ghana cedis among his 3 daughters. So total amounts. Just write the total amounts. So total 3,000. Sorry. The oldest daughter received 4 out of 9 of the amount, and the middle daughter received 1 out of 3 of the whole amount, while the other received the rest. So the oldest daughter equals 4 out of 9 of the 3,000. So 3 here, 1, 3 here, 3. 4 out of 3 multiplying 1, 0, 0, 0. Because 3 goes here, 1. 3 goes here, 3. So 4 out of 3 multiplying 1,000. Okay, here is 4,000 dividing what? 3. Let's check from the calculator. 4,000 dividing what? 3. So 4,000 divided by 3. Okay. So this case, the oldest daughter received 1,333.33, and then the middle daughter, the second one, this is A. We are answering A, 4A. So the middle one, middle daughter add 1 out of 3. So 1 out of 3 of the amount, which is what? 3,000. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 1. So 1,000. So 1,000. And then what fraction is left for the last daughter? Let's check. So in all the fractions, you can use the fraction to check the amount that the last daughter got. Let's do it. So the last daughter, which is the youngest, so youngest daughter youngest daughter the youngest daughter had 1 minus the middle one got 1 out of 3, and the oldest one got 4 out of 9. So 1 out of 3 plus 4 out of 9. When you deduct it from 1, you get a fraction. Then you multiply the fraction by the total amount. You can use that approach to get the amount that the youngest daughter received. So let's continue calculating. So 1 minus, so this in this case 3 is the LCM. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 multiplying 1 is what? 3 plus 3, sorry, 9 into 9 once. So 1 multiplying 4 is what? 4. So 1 minus 7 out of 9. 1 minus 7 out of what? 9. Let's bring it here. 1 minus 7 out of 9. So calculating 1 minus 7 out of 9. Here is 9. 1 is 1 over 1. 1 into 9, 9. 9 multiplying 1 is what? 9. 9 into 9 once. 1 multiplying 7 is what? 7. Sorry. So 9 minus 7 is what? 2. So 2 out of what? 9. So the youngest daughter received 2 out of 9 of the total amount. So you can use the 2 out of 9. Calculate for the youngest daughter's share. That is 2 out of 9 of the 3,000. So 236. 600, 6,000 out of 9. 3 here, 2. 3 here, 3. So 2,000 out of 3. When you calculate 2,000 out of 3, you get 666.67. 666.67 Ghana cedis. Or better still, you can choose to add the oldest daughter and then middle daughter share. Oldest daughter and the middle daughter's share, and then subtract them or subtract it from the 3,000. You get the same amount. Let's check. So alternatively, let's move on. So amount that the middle daughter received, and then the middle daughter received 1,000 Ghana cedis plus the amount that the older daughter received, that is 1,333.33. Then you subtract it from what? The 3,000. Let's check. So 1,000 plus 1,333.33. So it will be what? 2,333.33. You subtract this amount that the youngest daughter and the middle daughter, that's the second daughter, received. Subtract it from the total amount, then you get the youngest daughter's share. So 3,000 minus 2,333.33. So 3,000 minus 2,333.33. You get 666.67. 666.67. That's the same amount we calculated here. So B, what fraction of money did the youngest daughter receive? The fraction is fraction is here. You don't need to calculate it. You showed working here, so just put it there. You don't need to waste time. If you waste time calculating for it, so just 2 out of what? 9. You showed working here. This is the fraction. Sorry, this is the fraction of the youngest daughter's share.
Copy the question 5 and put the answers of A and B in the comment section.